be calling you a radical. All hands on deck, all hands on deck. Now, I've got reports now, because it's up to us as freelancers because the media is not going to report fucking anything, especially with COVID going on. And Noah just fucking lies. They get paid, all these people to do, this work. So Dana's on his way. There's reports of 14 dead whales washed up in Newfoundland, and he's hell of a trek, man. So 10-hour drive he's got up there on the east coast. So I wish I had a fucking car that could make it fucking on a 10-hour drive. This is the reward I get for the activists. I'm lucky if my car can fucking make it to get my grandson to school. So, try fucking taking on the nuclear energy crime syndicate. So, all hands on deck, and we'll talk political policy. Now, this matters. Now, stay with me. Everybody's like, oh, the new Green Deal, because the right just boogeyman puts something out and then the narrative just flows. Pelosi boogeyman, Hillary boogeyman, freaking whatever the new boogeyman is. Y12, fucking Jade fucking Helm, whatever. Oh, fucking now, new Green Deal boogeyman. Now, stay with me. Everybody's like, oh, Biden's new Green Deal. No, now, stay with me. And I'll talk about why this led up to this catastrophe, this attempted coup. Now, which was worse? The coup of 2000 that the Bush-Cheneys pulled off? Fuck, he didn't win. Bush-Cheney did not win. Where the fuck were you then? Oh, I was protesting. He didn't win. That's been verified. Not even close. Not what Trump's lying. Or Trump's attempted coup. Oh, well, you got to have violence for... You don't think that the coup of 2000 had violence? What about 9/11? What about Iraq? What about... Went off to Afghanistan to kill the Taliban. Went off to Iraq to get Dick Cheney and friends a big old... Isn't it an irony the 20-year fucking cycle comes back to Liz Cheney? I know the Cheney family, Jackson Pollock's town. She's born in the same place as he was. And... By the way, that's a grand city. Cody, Wyoming. One of my favorite. And so, anyway, before I go off on that romance... Gray Whale Watch. So I stood there and everybody that, you're this time of year, almost to the day, I was standing at Yoga Park there in the, right there at PB, where, from what I understand, the natives, that was their spot. And I can see why it's my spot. It always has been my spot. And I told Lisa, I says, what are you doing? I'm on dead whale watch. What do you mean? I says, I got a hunch all the whales are going to wash up dead this year. The intuitive mind. So we went on, our army out there. We kept track of media reports. We had people on the ground, boots on the ground, people getting cameras out and going. We counted 311. Now, Noah says 296, but of course, these are counted, washed up. You can times it by 10. That's their words, not mine. At least 10. So, and remember when they crashed before, it was from hunting. They made a giant comeback. And, there's somebody posted something about the krill been declining since 1970. No, well, they may have been declining then, but let's get real. The krill had record numbers. The phytoplankton, the krill, the salmon, all of it. What an incredible comeback it made in 2009, 10, 11. Oh, oops, what happened? So you had these huge... So that's a cute drop-off, which I call Fuktonium, Fukushima. So, denial. Let's get back to the geopolitical fucking nightmare. So, Bush, fuck, everybody hated Bush. I mean, that war fucking machine that got pounded down our fucking throats. So, Obama ran as the peace activist, remember? Okay? That piece of lying dog shit. And I voted for him. When you trick me, because I was a peace activist. I wasn't born with these scars across my face. Fighting the war machine. Dick Cheney and Klan. Went off to Vietnam to kill the Viet Cong. Went off to Afghanistan to kill the Taliban. Went off to Iraq. I mean, some Saudis fly planes funded by the Saudi royal family. And so let's go attack fucking Afghanistan for let's colonialize it for the Queen. Don't even get me going. But anyway, went off to Iraq to get a big old sack. How nice boogeyman, they invented Daryl ISIS. So the war machine goes in earnest. For the young people that are watching this, in 2000, when Bush Gore stole the election, you know what the debt was? Look it up. It was so fucking low. We actually had a surplus. We were paying off the debt. You know what it was in 1980? 300 billion people were bitching about it. The teabagger, now they're fiscal responsible, remember? The teabagger Congress, 10 years, fucking till president. Oh, Democrats had it for 2. Did they? The Senate had the other side. 17 trillion. So, a lot of people voted for fucking Obama because he voted against both wars. Only 6 senators, I believe, voted against both wars. So, I mean, I never fall for I look at what they are. That's why I never voted for that fuckhead Trump, and I always hated Trump. I knew he was a liar. So what happened? A lot of people that voted for Obama felt incredibly betrayed. They weren't going back to the fucking Republicans. They were done with fucking Democrats. You know, fucking, what after fucking that? Obama, the worst president in U.S. history till now. No doubt in my mind. Well, no doubt just fact. Peace activists, got a Nobel Prize, who fucking killed more people than Bush and Cheney, who had the field, could have done so much. He had 60, read my lips, 60 Senate seats, 60. Massive fucking majority in Congress. He lost 12 Senate seats. So you lefties. So people were fucking done with that line betraying. What did he do for the so-called underprivileged? What did he do for the black community? He did shit. He advanced fucking corporatist fucking agenda, and everybody knew it, and they were sick of the lying fucker. Fucking, he was just a status quo. He faked everybody out. Phony fucker. Environmental terrorist. Covered up Fukushima. Everybody knew. I'm telling you, the crux of this is Fukushima. So they're looking for an alternative. Trump saw the vacuum. He's like, I'll lie to him and tell him I'm the alternative. When there's people that still believe he's the alternative. Look at his policies. Look what he did. Tax cuts for the wealthy, tax cuts. Now think about this today. This is important. Now listen to me. All-time record high employment numbers reported today. Insane fucking number. Off the fucking hook. Which would send markets crashing in any other time but this fucking craziness that we live in. Stock market goes up. The Fed is going and just diving into stocks, just burying our children's future. Fucking, which was all illegal just a few years ago. I mean, think about that would send fucking markets crashing. I mean, look what he left us with. I mean, and his coup. So people were looking for this. There's a beautiful piece written, I'll see if I can't find it, about the girl who turned her mom in that got her ass kicked on Black Lives. I mean, what a dumb, psychotic. Yeah, I'm going to go on Black Lives Avenue on 16th, which I spent so much time right there. Yeah, go there and run your fucking mouth. Go there. It's lucky she's alive. Tries to smack that. You see the woman? Boom! And then she charged, like, that girl would have beat you to death. They're fucking that stupid. But she writes in it, she voted for Obama, and then she started, here's the key. She started watching Fox News, the insanity of Sean Hannity. Which, by the way, Fox News are the greatest terrorist organization in the history of mankind. I remember when they rolled in, bought up the contract to show baseball to not show baseball, billion. Fox News is a foreign entity. The biggest terrorist organization in history are British. The British are coming, and one by Jetstream, two by cable TV. We fought our independence against the very same people that own Fox News. They'll tell you that's what they've been up to the whole time. They organized this coup. Same time, the same people that floated up the Potomac burned down the White House in 1812. This is worse. So he tricked it, and then they got hypnotized because they fell for the Alex Jones, the rhetoric. And God, Trump has been freaking playing people for fucking decades. We all knew it in New York. That's how this happened. And it's a pure, unadulterated fucking, could be the biggest coup attempt in world history. You're talking the United States fucking Senate. You're talking the United States, the war machine from hell. You know, whoa. Attack right at the heart of the beast. I'm right as they're going to stamp, going to hang Pence. And they're so loyal and so stupid, they're still going to... I mean, what a nightmare. People have no alternative. They don't know where to go. So back to Biden. Biden for many, many years was very outspoken against the nuclear energy crime syndicate. He was an anti-nuclear energy guy. Now, Kamala Harris, that's how she got her Indian mother. She's a research PhD at what? The nuclear labs, Livermore. Now, it's important. People don't know this. The Department of Energy was started by the nuclear industry. The Department of Energy is the Department of Nuclear. They're the Nuclear Energy Crime Syndicate. That's who they are. You know, they have these 17 nuclear labs around the country. Livermore, Los Alamos, fucking Oak Ridge, Tennessee, Idaho National Lab, fucking I won't stop there, Wendover, Utah, fucking goes on and on and on. And they're fucking, they have a bill called Price-Anderson they got through in 1957. It's called the Immunity Act. So they can loot and steal and rob and fucking steal money all day. It's no wonder that Epstein Island, and which is very real, Trump's an Epstein Islander. I mean, that's what kills me. Up is down, black is white. You're going to go for this dude. But anyway, Biden was an anti-nuclear. Now, is he now? So everybody said, oh, the Green Deal is... No, the Green Deal is not pro-nuclear. The Green Deal has not been solidified here in the United States. What the United States says goes. And even in Paris, even France is pivoting off nuclear. Europe's done with it. There's an article written, 5 reactors due to close this year. The most bullshit. We closed down 9 in 2012, 8 in 2013. Take one down. We've gone from 104 to 66. That's Kevin Blanche. I'm the fucker that kicked over the fucking Senate all-free domino. Oh, if it was economics, they would have shut down years ago. You know, Dana hammers at it. I mean, Dana's like the professor chipping at stone, right? That, you know, you think I'm a broken record, you listen to him, but that's the way it's got to be. We got to hammer away. I mean, this is a lonely fucking battle for... Kevin reached into the bag and he slung the stone. So, the new Green Deal in the United States hired a group. So, the Trump administration, when they got in, hired a group to explore nuclear energy. Trump, all 5 GOPers. This is what blows my mind. And by the way, Trump has dumped out more pork to the Nuclear Energy Crime Syndicate than all previous presidents combined. Fucking executive order just the other day. $1.4 billion to new scale from hell. I mean, it just goes on and on and on and on and on and on. You know? So, he told me about nuclear energy, our group. When we asked him about Fukushima before run, he says, well, if you get in a car wreck, you don't stop driving. I says, do if it kills you. But he told me he was going to talk about Fukushima in Salt Lake. It was on Fox News. Did he say it once? No, he's a fraud. So, his 5 panel that he thing to explore, all 5 came back. Pulled the plug. Now, Savannah River, that $29 billion fairy tale, I call it the Tower of Babel, the DOE goes in, the United States Justice Department, at the end of the Obama administration, he was a pro-nuclear, Barry Antoinette, Fukushima, cover up, let them eat yellow cake. He raised the limits. Gina McCarthy, who's going to be the new climate czar, she crashed Radnad. But remember, Trump got in, got rid of limits. There are no limits. I have friends that are, Boober that watches these videos that helps fund this. He hauls into that port on the Chesapeake, and he says they don't even fucking monitor anymore. They don't even fucking look. There are no limits. So, you know, unbelievable. Well, bummer, dumber, and now we got dumbest. Dumb Bush. So, his 5 panel comes back and says it's too expensive, it's not clean, it's not carbon-free, in fact, it's dirty, filthy. So the new Green Deal hires a group of panel of scientists, so-called, whatever. And they came back. Their conclusion, they didn't want to hear it. The conclusion, even these scientists, which were independent, they were not the Nuclear Energy Crime Lab, that DOE, Cal Berkeley, MIT, the usual fucking Weber State University, the fucking scumbag culprits, said there's no fucking place for it. It's too expensive. It's not carbon-free. It's dirty. It's rotten. AOC herself, who's been to my rallies, I guarantee she's an anti-nuclear. And so Kamala, well, she sure was. Her mother died in 2009, and when we shut down San Onofre, she's sitting by me in some of those here. I mean, she's heavily involved. But, her mother died. Biden's son got, depleted uranium sprayed all over Fallujah, and it killed him. The good son, not that. Oh, fuck that Hunter. Jesus, ain't he a fuck. I can't believe, oh, God. I imagine him and fucking Trump will team up. Whoa. Well, the good son died, the smart, good son died young. Tragically, heartbreaking, of brain cancer. But you'd think that would affect him. Well, ask Mike Lee. It doesn't affect him. His dad died young of it. He's a down wonder, Kevin. Okay, you're not. It didn't stop Obama, didn't it? His mom died young. Oh, he was a ruthless, heartless, fucking sick, whitey from Kansas. Whoa, whoa. So we need to hammer away, and this is important. To be contemporized in a big group, who needs them? We don't want them. Go away. Quit bothering me. Our group, you know who you are. We have to, this is an important time. We've got to hammer away because these policies, the NRC chair, she is Nuska. She needs to go for this new regime change. So we got to pull the plug on this. We're going to have to overturn Price Anderson. We got a bunch of work to do. But these reactors are shutting down, and this pork and this fraud needs to go. So back to the wells. So the wells, there's reports of up to 15 already on the northern, in the California region. Now, I haven't verified this. This is hearsay from other people. That supposedly there's 5 in the Bay already dead on the migration. Now, the migration starts that way, like clockwork, at Monterey Point on January 1st. It was 2015 when I was walking the whole coast of California. The retired marine biologist in the Monterey Aquarium stopped me and says, Kevin, they're giving birth here on the thing. Me and my husband go out in little rowboats, and they're very old. I said, no. Yeah, that's the same time all the birds, remember when all the mirrors washed up dead? The sea lions and the seals were full of AML, leukemia, and another thing, I need to talk more about, I had ARCM squared, I had mushroom root chemo, experimental, but there's a byproduct. It wears out fucking organs. It fucked up my heart and my gallbladder. I've done all this fighting cancer, and I want people to know the hardest decision in my life, people remember in 2012, I had to make the decision on a bone marrow transplant or not. After 3 rounds of chemo, I wasn't getting better. It was what a horrible time. Everybody thought I'd die. I mean, when you're in that situation for, people that find leukemia. Marshall Jensen and I had to make the decision at the same time. Marshall made the right decision. He was young. He took one and it didn't work. And then he had another one. And then he's the first guy that got he's probably the most famous AML leukemia case in the world post. It was 2011. I went in the bone marrow transplant on 11/11/11. He's dead. It's heartbreaking, actually. His beautiful young wife, and he had a little child, and his fantastic mom. I know him. I'll start to cry. But anyway, apparently it's working. He saved a lot of people's lives. I chose not to have one, which is very controversial, and so holistically, organically, I've made 9 years and 2 months. Eek. So, wow. God, it'll be 100 months. No, I'm over that. God. Sorry, I got chemo brains. But, so the well watch, we got to stay on this. Now, I'll get to California ASAP. And all hands on deck. If you hear of one, if you see one, we need just take a photo. Shoot a little video with your phone, whatever. News clipping, send it to me. You have my email. Leave it as a comment. And we'll be hearing from Dana tonight, I guess. Hope he's safe. I'm glad he's up there. And I thank you everybody that funded him to get up there. And thank you everybody that's funded this historic work. We'll get by with a little help from our friends. So the coup, and just like I said, the second it happened. And I will testify to this in court. Those pictures that I have on my Facebook, I moved that Facebook, in front of the riot. That's right there at the Capitol. Right there. That's the first layer. That's with less than 1,000 people in 2016. I'm standing right in front of the White House. Clinton-grad, Trump-grad. The Russians have occupied the White House. They will never leave. Kevin Blanche, 3 days before the election. Right there. There's tons of videos. And I led the Million Mass March, and we were fucking pretty intense. We get up to the Capitol, and we warned everybody. We told everybody this was going to go down. They wouldn't listen to us. Play back the tape. Those pictures are 3 days before Trump took the fucking thing. Look at the riot squad on us. Just go to my Facebook and look at the cover page. What a photo, huh? There's a kid. He's like, give me that iPad of yours, Kevin. And he says, I'm a professional journalist as far as I do photography. Fuck. My iPad, he took the fucking best pictures ever fucking that day. And I lost it, at the end. I used to pass around my signs. The original Black Lives Matter, that sign's been passed around. Fuck, it's been in Baltimore, it's been Ferguson, it's fucking been all over. And at the end of the day, I'm like, God, I wonder if I ever get, my God. I knew it. I had faith. Somebody comes, why? Not even him. Here's your iPad. He's got lots of good pictures on it. You know, because we have to have trust in each other. You know, we do. And I would like to say this to the Million Mass March, the people that originated and all the great activists. You know what kind of fantastic, incredible activists have grown out of it, the ones that are still alive. The homeless activists up there in Maine, her in Pennsylvania, in Baltimore, in Ferguson, Kevin Blanchard in Utah. You're talking some of the greatest activists who accomplished that you will never hear a word from. That's our group, you know. We're not fucking tear it apart. We're fixers. You know, they tear it apart. We're not about fucking hate. We're about the tough fucking love. We're not about violence. They are. And so I've been to some radical, intense fucking rallies over the years. I mean, crazy ones. Where people are right up in each other's face. You know, Proud Boy, BLM, I mean, at it. I've never seen them fucking go at it each other. I mean, physically fight. I saw that chick try to smack that smelt. I mean, fuck, what an idiot. Till now, it's usually the cops that cause the violence until the cops can clean it up within inside. And I said this from the beginning, I'll testify. More than happy to testify. If, you know, the FBI, anybody needs me. I've led lots of them. I know Sons, personally. He's talked to me lots of times. They have horses on us. They have riot gear. They have pepper spray, big canisters. When I saw this, I'm like, fuck, they don't do that for us. I knew it was an inside job right off the get. I'm like, you remember, I was singing. Sister Susie, Auntie Jen, Martin Luther, don't let that motherfucker in. Billy Bob, Billy Bob, Billy Bob, Willie, Mike, and Lori, open the door and let them in. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. It was an inside job. That's an attempted coup. That's treason. You know, with a death involved, that's punishable by death. Trump, you might think that's now. You could be your knee-jerking, you know, through the Congress thing. These congressmen that protect, you're on the wrong side of history. As more of this unfolds, the murder investigation, you know, there's a cop murdered. You know, and this is all premeditated, and Fox News, Alex Jones, this Indian kid who's, you know, he says that there was 3 congressmen, you know, the one from Arizona, we're going to kick ass and take tonight. Okay. You know, so it was conspired, it was fucking manipulated, and the people inside, cops, people in power, gave them tours the day before they were doing reconnaissance. They didn't know where Pelosi's was. You know, they had to show them people. So, is it political? Oh, no. There is no political solution. There is no bloody revolution. We got to rely on the sea, her from the sea, COVID from the sea. I've said it. I said it for a long time out there. Remember what I kept saying? I kept saying, well, nobody have solved this gonzo. The Mighty Blue Lady's going to freaking solve it. She's going to start to take people out. There's been a lot of evil people. There's been a lot of good people die. COVID. You didn't think it'd come from you. You know, the whole Fukushima dynamic, all acute, this collapse. And by the way, let me walk outside real quick. You know, and let's see if we can I'll show you this. This is the year-over-year drought that Utah's in epic denial. It's 50 degrees here in the middle of winter. All day, every day. There's no snow. We should have 2 feet on the ground right here. Fuck, it's 50 degrees every day, all fucking day. It's a fucking, you know, they don't care. They don't care. The Mormon church is all giddy. We got more land we can develop because the Great Salt Lake's going fucking dry. Sick. They don't think they're part of the ecology. Nobody does. Nobody talks about the environment. Nobody talks about shit, you know? So, I do. I know it's a long video, but it needed to be said, all of it. You know, so all hands on deck, you know. There's no fucking media. As I said in front of the White House, fuck them. Who needs more of the media now? You know, we didn't get no traction then, did we? Black Lives Matters did. When really, who was Black Lives Matters? Million Mass March. Go back, play back the tape, Your Honor. It's the beauty of YouTube. People are going to be able to research, and this is placed into the library. And I'm going to overturn these fuckers. We're going to take down the nuclear energy crime syndicate. Watch us. We had no shot with Trump. We had absolutely no shot with him. Gave him every chance. That fucker was an environmental terrorist, the hardest, the worst. The worst of the worst. He was a pro-fucking nuker, fucking kill the planet harder than any fucking president, worse than Obama. We had no chance. I'm so glad the fuckhead lost. Now, I voted for Bernie. Biden, we'll see. He used to be an anti-nuker. We know how that goes. But this new Green Deal, there's going to be a lot of political pressure by the lobbyists, by the fucking powers there be. You know, the Department of Energy are criminal derelicts. They're murderers. You know, they need to be locked up. You know. So, we got to keep the heat on them. The new Green Deal, the no nuclear new Green Deal. And I'll quote, at the end of this, I'll quote FDR. Well, when I got elected, I still supported my people, my base, which were elitists and this, well, I come from those lines. It was the grassrooters and it was the people that forced me to change and taught me how to fucking change. That's what we have to do. Not violently like this. I'm all for the intense radical protest, oh boy. But for the right reasons. It's the ecology, stupid. Stand tuned.